Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 913 of our daily content grind. And today we are looking at Botcon, because it's been a minute since we looked at Botcon anything on this channel. And I've been thinking about it lately because of the character you see on screen, Farak. Now, he's not a Botcon character. He was pulled from the obscurity of Marvel Comics. He was a one-off, nothing character that existed for a few frames. FunPub just decided to pull him out of obscurity so they could reuse the Cyclonus mold at the time. Okay, fair to them. But now it's led to Farak being known amongst the fans, and now he is apparently just going to be a go-to remold for Cyclonus. Alright, okay, you know what? Fair enough. Congrats to Farak for escaping a basic non-existence. But that does kind of make me think. We've got so many new molds out right now. We've got so many different things that Hasbro can potentially do. I kind of wanted to take a look at all the other Botcon characters that could be done. Now, for the sake of brevity, we are leaving out all the characters that are, very, based on previous characters, I could see, like, Botcon Razorclaw being made out of the new Thundertron, but Razorclaw's not a Botcon character. He's original G1. Alright, so we're going to leave those out. We're going to focus on just brand new characters that Botcon is known for, Botcon created, and then figure out why, and then see which ones can actually be made, which is all of them, actually. Alright, and we'll start with a cheat. I'm going to cheat, and we're going to use Fistatron first. Of course, this is based on Iron Fist from, the original G1. There are a lot of differences. Animated Fistatron is quite different from G1 Iron Fist. I'm only working it in. I'm only making the excuse because it is an animated version of the character rather than the original. It's a cheat. I'm going to cheat once more, and you'll understand once I get to it. Trust me, it won't take long. But we have the Ironhide remold that actually has the animated style head for an Auto Trooper. So we have this available. This is absolutely doable now. It's a very bright color scheme. I don't know how else you'd release it outside of like a weird selects release, but the point is, it is possible. Haven't gotten it yet. Here's a pair I am shocked we have not gotten, and that's Fractal and Pack-Rat. This is going way back. Botcon 97. Yeah, it's just, if you hadn't seen these before, it's basically just a blue version of Rat Trap and a green and gold version of Terrorsaur. They are not bad looking. I mean, aside from the fact that, like, it's a blue rat. Okay, you have to get beyond that a little bit. But Fractal's really cool looking. Both of these molds readily available. Core Rat Trap has had no attempt to be repainted, which is weird. I mean, at some point you figure like they would actually do that, right? Because there's no other repaint for that original Rat Trap. Now, it amazes me. We have now gotten 3 different versions of Terrorsaur. We've gotten the original release from Amazon. We've gotten the again release from Takara, and we've gotten the Target exclusive Toy Accurate. We have not gotten Fractal in any way, shape, or form. This is like a Selects 2-pack waiting to be made. So weird to me that we have not seen it yet. Here's the other cheat. We're gonna go ahead and mention the other cheat. The Motormaster. Again, animated version of the character, not a combiner, is the leader of the Stunticons. I will admit, this one is a bigger cheat than Fistatron. But it's a different personality, it's a different name, technically. The Motormaster, get it right. And it's a very different style. Because it departs so much from the standard Motormaster design. I don't have any doubt that we'll see this from the new animated Optimus Prime mold. Because, again, there's not a whole lot you can do with that mold. Ironically, because it's an Optimus Prime, but it's an Optimus Prime that wasn't as well used as most Prime molds. So, I'm assuming there's a Nemesis color scheme out of Japan. There usually is. And besides that, it's like just him and Toxitron, right? So, I mean, at some point, I figure we have to see the Motormaster again. All right, I didn't bother numbering these, so the order these will come up might be a surprise to me too, but I believe next, yep, is Flare Up. Flare Up is technically G1 Firestar, but they couldn't trademark the name Firestar because Marvel, meaning they had to make it a brand new character instead. So it is an homage, and this is actually the second Botcon figure of Flare Up we are looking at. We do have some success in using the new RC mold as Botcon exclusive female bikes. We've had Flame War. So this kind of just screams of like very obvious direction. In fact, you could just make it the same 2-pack as Flame War with the Battle Master in it as well, because hey, they were both originally Energon RC. They both had a bow the first time we saw them. Another one that I thought would have been fun we haven't seen is Double Punch. Ironically, we're getting ready for a Rise of the Beast Double Punch if listings are to be believed, but we have yet to see this one done from the Beast Wars, or the Kingdom Scorponok mold. And granted, I would like solid red, not clear red. Thank you. But other than that, yeah, it's a really hot color scheme. Like I like the green. I really like how fiery the red looks with the metallic purple. That hits me really well. The hits of black work. I love the green on the tail. Like it has just that added level of toxin to it. That's actually pretty cool. I'm actually really into that. Yeah, this would be cool. This would be cool. Only reason I would find this not being done already is just because most people are not too hot on that mold. I tend to like it a little bit more than most, but I see why a lot of people wouldn't be down for that mold, so maybe that's an issue. Or maybe just Hasbro hasn't gotten around to it. Here's a missed opportunity. Here's a missed opportunity. No Onyx Primal. So in Japan, they were savvy enough to take the Titan's Return Mind Wipe mold and redo it with a new Titan Master in order to make something akin to the original Optimus Primal that was a bat. But we never got this iteration, which is like a low-key Batman homage. So there might be something legally reasoning why we haven't gotten this. Point being, yeah, this could have been done. This could have been done. They had the figures, they had the mold. Just kind of weird that they skipped this one. I mean, it's early Botcon days here, so maybe not something that a lot of people are even aware of. Would have been cool though, just because it looks really good, you know. But now I think we've got the Dracula version, so our black bat for the toy line is covered. I'm not sure it might be a little bit too far out now. It might be a little bit too far out now to just randomly do another Titan's Return redo. Missed opportunity. Same line missed the opportunity to do Gator Optimus Prime. We know that one already. Windblade is now doable. Or Windrazor. Windrazor. Sorry, Windblade is the one that is not Silverbolt. This is always a weird one to me because the deco pattern for me never really went too far away from Silverbolt. It looks good, but it kind of just looks like Silverbolt in bright white, right? I mean, and I know obviously with the sculpting, but like obviously, like, it just doesn't feel like the paint patterns changed enough, right? It just really doesn't make me feel like it's like a different enough character. I think it's because the mask is still a darker color than the rest of his head. So he still just kind of has that profile and that shape. It's one of those repaints that doesn't use a new paint mask, which really hurts it. But this is doable. And this is again one of those where I could see like this is one of the few options they have. If they're gonna, once they eventually reuse that Silverbolt mold, they're going to either have a universe option, which does not look good, or we have this one. So it's one or the other. Silverbolt kind of had a lacking of good repaints. But we're going to get the... I'm confident we're going to get this one. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. But no. Technically, yeah, like there is, technically this is a different mold, But we do have a new Beast Machines Cheetor, and that is another mold that has very few reuse options. So I honestly wouldn't mind. I would not mind seeing a CAT scan. I mean, it's a tiny one. It's a core class. It's a random Botcon character. I don't foresee this one. I'm only doing this because it's possible. It is technically possible to get a new CAT scan, but it is extraordinarily unlikely. Maybe if there is that, maybe if Hasbro finds out, oh, there are people wanting new Beast Machines toys, maybe like a Voyager class Cheetor could turn into this, but probably not the little one. The cores don't really get reused very often, unless you're a Seeker or Optimus Prime. So it's not it's not a very likely one, even if that mold was even if this version was more popular. There is Night Racer, which honestly, any car hood that points down on a Transformer, and like you could get away with doing a Night Racer. We've talked about her before. There is legitimate history with this character. She is like legitimately historic part of Transformers. Has been reused by Botcon in the past, but has not seen retail release. Again, super deep cut, but also wouldn't be too hard to implement. I mean, how many times can we get away with using the Sideswipe mold? Potentially one more. Well, we know we're getting one more. Wheeljack's on the way. Point being, Night Racer's available, as well as Mega Zarak. Now this one, I mean, obvious, right? Right? Because like we know we're gonna get that Galvatron because it's on the back of Tidal Waves box. However, I kind of like this color scheme. It's a super weird one, but I'm kind of into it. I mean, and more importantly, I think it divorces itself enough from Armada Megatron to actually look really, really unique on its own. Mega Zarak is just a super weird figure. I mean, it's a completely original character reusing a Japanese name that we hadn't heard in America before. So it's a very big oddball amongst Botcon characters, but not a bad look. And we need it's a leader class toy, so we need ways of reusing that mold. I would not be objecting to this one. Here's a pair that shock me. I am shocked we have not gotten these yet. And if we talk about one, we have to talk about the other. So, Glyph. Oh, hang on. No. Oh, now okay. So it's been in order all this time. Now it's gonna be out of order. Okay, I see how you're doing it. Okay, so yeah, Glyph and Tap Out both. Glyph and Tap Out both. How? I mean, like when IDW did that like Valentine's Day special and like bringing those two back after so long, I thought for sure they would be setting up a 2-pack release of these characters. I don't know if it's something in the licensing, because it seems like they can't reuse that Volkswagen unless it's some iteration of Bumblebee. Any other time when they go to Goldbug or Shatterglass Goldbug or Bugbite, they had to go to the white version. And they've not shown any sign of wanting to reuse that Volkswagen Bumblebee anymore, which is weird to me. Because you'd think that'd be a shoo-in. You'd think that'd be an easy reuse over and over again. So there's got to be some kind of Volkswagen licensing thing in the way. We'll talk about that here in a bit, but okay, yes, Rook is also on the table as well. Windcharger needs a new toy, by the way. Windcharger has been absent for quite a bit. Last one I know of was Titan's Return. Just that kind of bog standard G1 design, which would work for this one. It would absolutely work for Rook. So, it's a weird one. It's a super weird one. I mean, we know I have to go to the archives for this, but it's technically doable. Where is my Tap Out picture? Oh, well. We'll just continue. All right. This one is brand new. This one is brand new to the list because we just got Shadow Striker, and we know that the whole reason that they did Shadow Striker first was to do RID Sideburn as the pre-tool, as the retooling later on, and they just kind of like use Shadow Striker as just like an excuse because, well, the first time we used the name Shadow Striker, it was a Botcon exclusive. There was a retool of Sideburn. It's a very lame excuse. But it does mean the Sister Roulette is perfectly on the table as well, We could absolutely do her. You know, and here is the original Shadow Striker. Yeah, it would take a new head, but that's pretty simple. We already know it's getting a new head. But this is doable again. Now, these came from OTFCC. Some of these are OTFCC exclusives, by the way, and I just can never remember which is which. But these I remember distinctly because I remember buying these from a friend way back when and seeing that, like, OTFCC box. So these are the two I distinctly remember being in that arrangement. But no, this is easy. It's a very easy set to do. I would not be surprised to see it. There's Tap Out. Where were you? I mean, there's nothing stopping them. The only thing stopping them from releasing Tap Out is I feel like it's a package with Glyph. If you have to release one, you have to release the other. Meaning, you know, because, you know, it's like doing Starscream without doing the other two Seekers, right? Without doing Skywarp and Thundercracker at least. So you can't just do one, even though this would be an easy repaint of the Cliffjumper mold, and there's nothing legally stopping that one from being reused. So that just, I don't know, it kind of makes me, like, scratch my head a little bit. Like, I want these characters back. I like Glyph and Tap Out. Here's an obvious one. Okay, so, again, technically cheating with this one, but Shattered Glass is original to Botcon. And, yeah, we've got a new Laser Optimus. So we could do Shattered Glass Optimus version 2.0. This one is absolutely on the table. We can even include the trailer, which the original one did not have because it's the deluxe version. This is easy. This is, again, a very easy choice. So, fingers crossed. I mean, I will admit, I'm kind of sick of that Laser Prime mold. We've gotten it a lot. It might have legs for one more, though. Maybe one more. I feel like they could have done any of those Warooters as the modern start, as the new Waspinator mold. This one, the Paralyzer, is probably my favorite among all of them. I think it looks kind of wicked with the purple pink on the black and white. I think it looks really, really cool. This one is, again, easily doable. Have not seen it yet. So, again, easy troop builder if you want to do all of them. And it's not the only one that's left in this list. I got a few more to go. See, here's one you might not have thought about. So, when it comes to the new Thundertron mold, there's only two options for repaints you've got. One of them is, of course, his Transformers Go color scheme, which I think looks way better. Or this one, Alpha Trizer, which, spoiler alert, and it freaks someone out in the comment section every time I say this, this is Cheetor. This is a fully evolved Cheetor after he has connected to the Oracle and kind of, like, taken over, you know, like, Elder status on Cybertron. Weird how Transformer fiction works sometimes. But no, Alpha Trizer. Again, a potential. Here's the other troop builder that's easy to do. Granted, you're cheating on this one a little bit, but a virulent clone from the Waspinator mold is doable, technically. I mean, it's close enough. I would call this one close enough to work. I mean, it's not, you know, there's no Mantis in that Waspinator, but it's definitely possible. It's definitely doable. I think there's only one left on the list, if I recall right, and that's Ricochet. Ricochet we now know as the American name for Stepper, so probably not likely to see this one. Also, the name Ricochet is a little bit harder to use because of the WWE. So, yeah. It is not a likely one, but literally any small-ish, deluxe-ish jet could be done as this character anytime. And yeah, this is like from the first Fun Pub box set, so there is a little bit of historical merit to this character. One of the very few original characters done by Fun Pub. It is, again, another likely one. I mean, another possible one, but not likely. I believe that does it for our list for the day. So again, these are just the Botcon exclusive characters, the ones that were created by 3H, Fun Pub, you know, whoever was running Botcon at the time. they those are the characters that they created that are now possible thanks to the molds that currently exist. And we have seen that Hasbro is willing to actually tap into Botcon for a lot of the repaints and retools they've been doing lately. So if we were to extend this to literally any new figure, we'd be here all day. So we're going to leave it at that. So who would you be into if you had your choice from this whole list? Which is the one you'd be after? Personally, my money would be on like Glyph and Tap Out, potentially Fractal. Fractal I would be down for, and probably the Onyx Primal, just because Batman. So let me know in the comments below, and as always, I will see you next time.